You have built a life where resources are no longer a constraint. You have access to the best of everything. Yet you wake up feeling like you are wading through a heavy, unshakable mental haze. This heavy fog is not a sign that you are losing your edge. It is a biological response to a lifestyle built on intense, relentless overstimulation. Naturally, you try to buy the solution. You hire premium concierge doctors and tap into elite healthcare networks, expecting an immediate fix. But despite having the world's best care on speed dial, the mental fatigue lingers. The root cause falls outside the diagnostic parameters of standard medicine. The medical establishment is weighed down by a risk-averse liability system that penalizes innovation. This chart maps standard care. You start at optimal health, but medical intervention is only triggering at the very bottom, once you hit a clinical disease state. Doctors are legally bound to this reactive model. While standard practice remains locked in place, the scientific frontier is accelerating, pushing into the optimization zone 10 years ahead. This liability structure forces standard medical methods to lag a decade behind modern biology. This paradigm conditions you to accept cognitive decline and chronic fatigue as inevitable, rather than seeing them as symptoms of a stagnant system. A reactive, disease-focused system cannot deliver high-level cognitive optimization. To reclaim your mental edge, you have to bypass the clinic and access the frontier science directly. The specific frontier standard medicine ignores is the gut microbiome, a complex ecosystem of microorganisms that wields direct physical control over your daily cognition. Look at this glowing wireframe highlighting the enteric nervous system, your body's second brain. Zooming in, thousands of firing nodes reveal over 100 million neurons processing biological data. This data traces the vagus nerve, carrying hormones directly into your brain center. Under chronic stress, the gut lining becomes permeable, allowing inflammatory markers to flood this pathway. This severs your gut-brain communication. Your brain fog is a physical breakdown in this axis, not a psychological block. Reclaiming clarity requires engineering this internal network. A standard 15-minute consultation and a basic prescription cannot repair a fractured system. Biology does not exist in a vacuum. Your internal ecosystem cannot heal if your external environment is still flooding your body with high-frequency stress signals. This requires a cognitive reset, a protocol that changes your physical surroundings to lower cortisol and allow the microbiome to rebalance. The shift to a pristine, low-stress tropical setting is not just about aesthetics. It is a biological necessity. It removes the environmental triggers that keep your gut in a state of high permeability. This external calm acts as a catalyst. When you lower the stress signal, the enteric nervous system can finally transition from a state of defense to a state of cellular repair. Focus is unlocked through this synergy. You must treat the macroenvironment and the microbiology simultaneously to see lasting results. This chart compares two health trajectories. The steep drop shows the standard care paradigm, where you accept decline. The stabilized line reflects current data, proving that biological aging is now a treatable condition. Fascinated. The data emerging from the longevity space defies standard expectations. We are looking at a future where the decline we once thought was inevitable can be slowed through targeted intervention. When the gut-brain axis is reset, the mental haze is replaced by crystal clear focus. You are no longer fighting your own biology to stay sharp. This optimization stops the flow of inflammatory cytokines that cross the blood-brain barrier. By lowering this inflammation, you are physically shielding your neurons from the triggers of long-term cognitive decay. This reality is accessible right now. You just have to stop waiting on a medical establishment that is currently lagging a full decade behind the science. Defending this new cognitive baseline requires a continuous stream of uncompromised, forward-looking intelligence. Relying on scattered health trends leaves you vulnerable. You need a unified source of truth that operates outside the 10-year liability delay of traditional medicine. This is Project Kaigenesis. It is the definitive sanctuary and intelligence hub built for the high net worth mind. It delivers the unbiased frameworks and immediate scientific access necessary to defy aging and eliminate mental fatigue. To permanently defeat brain fog and master your longevity, you must bridge the 10-year gap. You do that by aligning with the scientific frontier at Project Kaigenesis.